There are instances of blood in the Sonic movies that a lot of people don't talk about. I found this topic very fascinating and I decided to do some research on it. Now you gotta remember that these films are PG-13 rated, so that basically means that they're safe for all audiences. Now personally, I like the way that the animators added blood in Sonic. It's actually pretty smart, and if you're a skeptic, I promise you there is blood in these movies. Now the first example of blood comes from the second Sonic movie. For this entry, I used the power of computer technology to freeze the frame and add some contrast so we could see it a little bit more clear. It is very hard to see the blood on Sonic, but I can assure you that once you zoom in, you can definitely see the color red splatted in on his cheek area. In fact, a piece of Sonic's skin is ripped off. Kind of like when you fall off a bike and you bruise your knee and it rips the flesh. Yeah, that's exactly what we see here. This is insane that I found this. I don't know how I found this. I was replaying these scenes over and over again and I was like, man, something is off here. That kind of looks like blood mixed in with fur. So yeah, that's pretty intense for a Sonic movie. Once again, the lighting in this scene makes it super difficult to see what's even happening here. We can probably chalk that up to the creators trying to be sneaky, but this is still very cool. Anyways, pivoting away from that, I did find other instances of blood. So another example I got for you comes from when he's running away. So I took a screenshot of one of these scenes, and I will be honest with you here, this is a little debatable because I do not believe that this is actually blood, even though it looks like a cut on his face. But to be honest with you, I think this is actually a weird reflection of the desert. Strange that fur can be reflecting the desert. That 3D program must have been glitching here. It only happened for a couple frames. But yeah, it's definitely a reflection because number one, we don't see it seconds before or seconds after. And when you zoom in, it might be just the shading of the fur too. Kind of weird. It does look like blood though when you screenshot it, not gonna lie. Anyways, let me show you a real example of blood. So near the end of the Sonic 2 movie, when things were going bananas, our main heroes get hurt pretty badly in their vehicle. We see scratches near the eyebrow. In fact, we see literal cuts and bleeding happening on screen. Funny enough, this scene lasts for a while. These scratches don't actually go away like they do on our main hero, Sonic the Hedgehog. So I'm guessing on human characters, they like to leave the blood in. They don't really care to censor that out too much. But when it comes to the main character, the protagonist, Sonic, you know, they're not risking adding too much blood for multiple scenes. They kind of remove it here and there. Interesting. Well, the Sonic movies are still going above and beyond. From joking about curse words from my latest video, if you haven't seen it, yes, there are curse words, to now adding blood in their movies. Can we just give them a high five? It's crazy how much I was focusing on the human characters that I didn't even realize that Sonic also looks like he's about to die. I mean, he is badly injured here. There's so much dirt on his face. Again, the color scheme and brightness makes it super hard to even see what's going on here. I don't necessarily see blood in these aftermath scenes. I see a lot of dirt. But I can assure you there is some blood still on his cheek, like I showed you previously. This is pretty realistic, by the way. Sonic the Hedgehog doesn't have human skin, where a wound that is open would be very visible to the eye. I mean, as humans, we barely have hair on our bodies. But a hedgehog, yeah, they got a lot of hair, fur. So you're gonna have a hard time seeing that blood, depending on how big the gash is. I am happy that Sonic pulled through and transformed and got rid of all his wounds. W for Sonic. Congratulations, man, you did it. If there's anything I learned from this video, and during my research, is that animators are trying their best to keep the movies at a certain rating. They are very crafty and sneaky with the way they handle blood in these movies. They keep it in certain scenes and then remove it in others. Most of the time, Sonic's face is very clean, so I understand if this video is a little strange to some people. They're probably like, what are you talking about? There's blood in these movies? Yes, yes, yes. I mean, guys, I just showed you his flesh being ripped open on his cheek. That wasn't edited. But what should really confuse you is why Mufasa and the Lion King remake were afraid to risk it like this. That should be the question you should be asking me. Again, I want to remind you that these were movies about lions. I don't know about you, but Sonic has been impressing me every week. I mean, for crying out loud, this is a movie about a frickin' hedgehog, yet it's more realistic than a movie about a lion. Can someone make that make sense, please? Don't get me started on the Mufasa movie, because I'm telling you, they literally don't even include blood in these live action Disney remakes, which is wild. And another reason this makes me so furious is because in the original Lion King, did you know that it had blood? That was decades ago. But in the Lion King remake, my fans and I realized that they literally edited the blood out. They didn't even include it. When you take two of the scenes side by side, we literally see that they remove the blood from Mufasa's hand when Scar claws into him. They don't even include it. I mean, if you're gonna make a movie about the animal kingdom and its ferocious beast, wouldn't it make sense to add a little bit of blood in there? Oh no, Disney says that's not appropriate for kids, dude. That's not appropriate. Lions don't claw at each other. They're peaceful beings. They eat vegetables and seaweed. Seriously, this is kind of embarrassing that a hedgehog is doing things more savagely than Disney. Sonic is able to have blood while Disney's live-action remakes like Mufasa and the live-action Lion King does not. They're too afraid to step down that route. They remove blood purposely in these scenes, actually. We all know what lions are capable of in the wild and in our real world. They're scratching, clawing, killing. Yet as soon as the scene ends, we see perfect skin, perfect fur, no scratches. Everyone just laughing and giggling like this is some PBS kids show. Where is the blood, dude? Where is the scratches? Oh, but Scar has a scar on his face, dude. Really? How much you want to bet in the writer's room? They were like, dude, you gotta darken that scar. I don't want to see any blood on his face. This is for babies now, dude. We're not gonna put blood in our movies. Of course, the scar is dried, but I'm just trying to make a point here. They don't care. Disney doesn't care, man. But anyways, let's pivot away from this Mufasa thing. Let's pivot away from the Lion King. I know I keep harping on this, but does Disney realize if they keep cutting out the bad and scary things from their movies, it just kind of ends up looking really stupid? They're just lucky that I'm a sucker for good music, because other than that, I would have just walked out of the theater. I'd just been like, man, this is just like a Zoo PBS Kids PSA announcement or something. I don't know. So they're lucky that I love music and films, but they're lacking that depth. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. I wonder if there's blood in the newest Sonic movie, which is Sonic 3. It's not out yet digitally, but it will be on digital soon. I wouldn't be surprised if there's blood in there. I wouldn't be surprised if there's cursing in there. You guys literally said there was cursing in there. By the way, if you want to give me information, you want to help out with these videos and ideas, feel free to join my Discord. I'm going to put a temporary link down below, so that way you guys can say, hey, Calobi, you know, I saw this in Sonic. I saw this, and then it can actually help me make a video for you. Or you can just leave a comment under this video. That's fine. But anyways, as far as Disney's concerned, the only thing we get to look forward to is another cash grab with them editing out scenes over and over again. And I'm telling you, I'm the first one to actually figure this out. The future's looking crazy for animation, guys. We gotta stay tuned. Anyways, thank you guys so much. Have a safe rest of your day.